the older I get, right, the more I just realize that like life is not that deep. Like, okay, you make a mistake, maybe they fine you, maybe somebody shouts at you, maybe, this or that. But the further away I was from main education, I just learned like nothing is that deep. The only reason you care is because you're conditioned to care. The only reason you think that things matter is because of positive or negative reinforcement. When you were in school, they gave you a sweet for doing good. And what is good? Let's actually define what is good. Being good, being nice, playing by the rules, you get a sweet. But in the real world, you don't get a sweet for playing good. So you are only conditioned to do these things because of positive reinforcement. On the other hand, we have negative reinforcement. They put you in at the side of the corner, they put you in the back of the class, or they made you walk outside the class because, you should feel bad for doing bad, even though you didn't even understand what bad means, or no one defined what bad really was to you. Or, you were mean, or, maybe you wanted to somehow be authoritative in a way, you did bad. And now we should all be scared and you should live your life in fear because somebody's gonna put you in a corner. The older I get, I'm like, what? Like, what in the what? Like, I don't understand how. And this is why so many people live in fear. And then my second thing is that, like, if you want to differentiate yourself in, like, life, right, in your career, if you want to have good friends, if you want to have people who are there when you are sick, when you are struggling, right, the one thing you need to do is just to be reliable. And you know what? One thing fear and negative/positive and behaviorism and conditioning teaches you? It teaches you how to be fearful. You constantly live in this state where you're in fear. You constantly live in this state where you fear confrontation because you're scared of the consequences of that confrontation. But the truth of the matter is you were conditioned to believe that. And the most, people who like don't achieve the best in life or have terrible reputations or people who irk people or give people the ick, they're the people who literally live in fear because you cannot do anything for yourself, right? It's the people who are so scared of making mistakes that you may have the biggest dreams in the world, but because you're so conditioned to this positive and or negative reinforcement, you're so concerned about the consequences of your action because you think that the world is gonna end because that's how it was or it felt when it was in school. Right? When you live like that, you never grow to your full potential. That's the conditioning part. You're conditioned to believe that you cannot be confident and you have to always be upright and you have to be good. And I'm not talking about morals. I'm speaking about that capacity, right? To want to enhance yourself, to not want to stay in the same place, to want to develop and to become, an incredible human being that has all the aspects, speaks with conviction, speaks with fluency, speaks and has done the work. That type of stuff is what wins the game. Everything opposite to that is what is not going to win the game.